Hello, welcome back. So great to see you. Jeff Moody, jeffmoody.com, jeffmoodymd.com, at Facebook, Jeff Moody MD, on LinkedIn, Jeff Moody MD. Pretty much you can find me wherever I might be. You probably find me more than you want to find me. I'm here. We're here talking about talking about burnout, video tips for you regarding burnout. And our topic today will be one that hopefully you don't get to this point, but we're talking about punching out. So you might say, what do you mean? I'm like, well, there may be times where it's time to pull the plug on a job situation that you're in. That I hope very much so is the final option from a work environment standpoint. And I guess what I'd like to talk about today is the fact that you may have tried everything else. You may have tried working with your managing group if you're in a private group. You may have worked with a managing partner. You may have tried working with your boss, your employer, if you're in an employed situation. You may have tried changing your job description or job situation. You may try to alter your hours, your pay, your compensation. There may be all sorts of changes you've done. And then if the result is that you are still burned out and you're still feeling trapped in an untenable situation, strictly from a work environment standpoint, clearly if there are issues at home, if there's issues with health or finances, those types of things, those will exacerbate your perception of your work environment. But if everything else is humming along, going well, but your work environment is a cheap problem, you may be at the point where you need to change your work environment. Now, physicians in general are perfectionists. We do everything perfectly, so how come we don't have a perfect job? Physicians are not quitters. We stay all night, we work 36 hours, we work 2 days taking care of patients. So the thought of quitting or leaving a job that may be really harming you is difficult for some people. I think the other point is that I think we're used to taking abuse. So we think it's okay, it's awesome to take abuse. Life is short. Get a little philosophical here. Life is short. Your family needs you. Your kids need you. Your significant others need you. Life is really too short to be in a bad job for long term. And by long term, I would say more than a year to 2 years. So I guess you should define, first steps are you should define what you feel like your must-haves or cannot have in a job environment. So the things you must have respect, must have integrity, must have appropriate compensation, reasonable hours, those types of things. And then you also have to define what you can't have. So can't have abusive situations, can't have poor relationships or cooperation with coworkers, can't have poor reimbursement, can't be taken advantage of. So just define those and see how that fits with your current work environment. See if you've tried to change all those and they're not changing or improving, then you're probably looking at finding a new position. The nice thing about having those must-haves and can't-haves within a certain job description is then when you continue to work in your current job, you will look for and find a job that fits all of those criteria as your next job. Now, that may mean moving. That may mean switching practice environments. You may go from a private practice model to an employed model. You may go from employed model to a private practice model. There are going to be changes, and I want you to keep your mind open to the fact that you're going from an abusive, non-productive work environment requiring you to leave to one that is of your choosing and of your design. So keep that in mind. The location may change, but everything else is going to be so much better. The change will be worth it. So best of luck. Just remember, you define what is important to you, and you define when you got to go. And don't be afraid to do it. Make sure you have a good plan on both sides. So that's it for this week. Remember, get a hold of us at jeffmoody.com. Sign up for my email list. Look at my book, The Doctor's Burned Out, Physician Guide to Recovery. Sign up for our live streams, which occur on a regular basis. Get the help you need. Raise your hand. We're here. There's multiple burnout experts throughout the country like us, and we just want you to get the help that you need. Raise your hand. You're not alone. You're not powerless. You're not helpless. And always, always, always remember, and you know me because I say this every time, burnout recovery is for you.